Let's see. There we go. Just make sure everything's comfortable, that you feel supported, that the back of the neck is supported. Maybe you want a little cover, maybe not. Just depends on how you are with temperature, right? You know yourself. Also, like I've tried 3 times to get myself to remember to tell you, until I figure out the bringing in music when it's time. If you have music you think would go really well with this class, perhaps you want to turn that on and turn it way down. This is about the speed and volume that I'll be speaking, so make sure that the sound doesn't drown out the sound of my voice. I'd appreciate that. I think you probably will too. Let everybody just find their comfort. Stretch. Now is the time for the body scan. Where's the tension? It might be hiding in weird places like the soles of the feet or the top of the hands. Behind the ears or the scalp. As you mentally take yourself through your body, just looking for these spots of tension. These places that maybe would like a little micro adjustment or one last good scratching of an itch before you settle into a position. Try not to judge these places. That tension might be there because it was supporting you somewhere else. And now that it no longer serves you, no longer does the same thing, it's okay to let it go. But the body gets into protective mode, and it doesn't want to give that up easy. And that's okay too. And as you're imagining the breath going and softening and loosening and supporting these spaces, these areas, wherever it feels best, it doesn't have to go to a place that's holding tension. It might go to a place that feels wonderful. That's perfectly okay too. We're going to take our conscious mind and give it something to do while the breath takes care of the body. Take your awareness to the sounds far outside your body. As far away as you can, and maybe even as far as you can imagine hearing. How far away can you listen to the sounds around you? Without analyzing, without judging. Just let the mind move from one sound to the next sound, far, far, far outside the body. and seeing how much you can trust the breath to keep supporting and taking care of the body. Go ahead and send your conscious awareness to the sounds just outside you, all around and just outside. Once again, letting the mind travel from sound to sound and sound to sound without analyzing or labeling. Now bring the hearing and the awareness to the sounds inside of you. Can you imagine hearing the sound of your blood? Not only as it pumps, but as it rushes through the body? Can you hear the sound of your breath? What about the sound of your thoughts? Or your cells? And just let all that effort go. And if you need a reward, tell yourself, I just did a thing. Heck yeah. Even if it was a simple thing. Sometimes we have to celebrate the simple things. I know I do. Or should. But we're not going to get caught up on shoulds. What we're going to do is think of our sankalpas. And a sankalpa is that short phrase of something that you want more of in your life. It's lofty and it's big. It's ambitious. One of mine years ago was, I'm a cool, calm kind of guy. That was something that I valued and wanted to exude more of. So we make them positive. We make them present tense. Like, I am this, I have this is this. And if you've already found a good one in your previous practices, or have a personal mantra from your guru, or your life, you may be rocking a great one. Use that. Because it's tending the seed, planting it deeper, nourishing it. It's okay if you haven't found your working sankalpa yet either. Sometimes it takes drilling down and getting what we thought we wanted before we realize that what we want and need is truly something else. But how would we have ever found it if we hadn't journeyed towards that realization? Take this moment to say your sankalpa, your short phrase of personal resolve, now, 3 times in your head. And let it go. We'll come back to it again. I'm going to call out various parts of your body, and as I do, try to picture each as clearly and as vividly in your mind's eye as you're capable of. If you can't picture them perfectly, that's perfectly okay. Just simply try to visualize and feel into the body part. We're actually not trying to tell these parts to relax. We're just letting the mind glance at them as we move around the body, starting with the right hand thumb, right first finger, right middle finger, right ring finger, right little finger, palm of hand, back of hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of chest, right side of waist, right hip, right thigh, right knee, right shin, ankle, heel, sole of foot, top of foot, right big toe, right second toe, right third toe, right fourth toe, right fifth toe. Please be sure that you're following my instructions, and rather than sleeping, following the sound of my voice. Left hand thumb, left first finger, left middle finger, left ring finger, left little finger, palm of hand, back of hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of chest, left side of waist, left hip, left thigh, left knee, left shin, left ankle, heel, sole of foot, top of foot, left big toe, left second toe, left third toe, left fourth toe, left fifth toe. Please be sure that you're following the sound of my voice, rather than sleeping. All 10 toes, both feet, both heels, both ankles, both calves, both knees, both thighs, both buttocks, lower back, mid-back, upper back, shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, spine, back of neck, back of head, top of head, forehead, eyebrows, temples, ears, cheeks, eyes, all the muscles around the eyes, nose, nostrils, lips, chin, jaw, teeth, tongue, roof of mouth, back of throat, front of throat, chest, stomach, pelvis, right leg, left leg, right arm, left arm, right side of head, left side of head, right side of body, left side of body, back of body, front of body, whole body, whole body, whole physical body. Letting that go. Imagine that as we were moving about your physical body, we were actually creating a mental duplicate, an avatar for you to play with and in, to journey with. Imagine that it's powered by the breath. Further, imagine that as you breathe in this fuel. Take a slight pause, assimilate that fuel, and let it out. Stay comfortable. There's no need to stress. There's no need to rush. Make these breaths slow, relaxed, and most importantly, allow them to feel good and follow that feeling, because the better that you can imagine them feeling, the better that you can make them feel, the more efficient this fuel is integrated. Now, if the instructions based on feeling are working for you, continue on as I bring the others along with us. Maybe you're more visually inclined, and so you see the light of the breath. All around you is this glowing light, and as you breathe in this light of breath. And as you pause at the top of the inhale, you glow a little brighter. And as you breathe out, the unabsorbed breath goes back out to join the rest. Each breath in brings more of this light in, filling you up like you were a waiting vessel. And you pause at the top of the inhale, and it goes from being in the vessel to being a part of the vessel. And you breathe the breath back out. Like recharging a battery, the light bar fills up as you breathe in. Pausing and assimilating, breathing out comfortably, and letting the next breath in increase that energetic reservoir. For those that like sound, imagine that as you breathe in, it's like music. That song that just makes the body come alive. We all know those songs. And as you pause, you can hear the celebration sounds of the multidimensional framework within you. Each breath in brings in more of this representation of energy, and then you release after you absorb. Regardless of your mode and your visualization style, We're going to take 9 more breaths together. Don't worry about the pace. I'll let us know when the time is up. If you lose your count or you finish early, simply start over with 9 more of these energetic breaths. Regardless of your number, take 1 more breath, savoring it. And as you let go of all of that effort. I'm going to call to mind various feelings. And as I do, try to imagine them as fully throughout the entire body and mindscape as you are comfortable and able. Starting with a feeling of solidness. Imagine yourself becoming more solid, like stone, like metal, like diamond, immovable, with a dense cellular structure, refusing to be shattered or broken. Hard like an anvil where other metals can be pounded against it, and it not give up its shape. Still and solid. Imagine yourself growing more and more solid, more dense, more immovable. Great job. Now, at the peak, just let it go. And go the opposite direction. Imagine yourself starting to soften. Something within you releases, lets go, and starts to become softer. All of those feelings of hardness are melting away, becoming more fluid, air-like even. If before your molecular structure was dense and close together and not moving, imagine your cells drifting further apart. And remind yourself, this is your imagination. You're safe. You're in control. So what if all the cells in your body just let out a big sigh and floated off like balloons into the unknown? Expansive. Light. Flowing. Letting this go. Letting this go. Letting this go. I'm going to call out various images. And as I do, try to picture them as clearly as you can in your mind's eye. Remember, you're not looking with your physical eyes. You're looking with something else, an innate ability inherent within us all. The imagination is a door. A door. A door. A door. A hallway. A hallway. A hallway. Concrete. 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 Grass. 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 Brown edges on grass. Brown edges on grass. Brown edges on grass. Dirt. 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 Ants. 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 A single weed. A single weed. A single weed. A blooming wildflower. A blooming wildflower. A blooming wildflower. An overgrown thicket. An overgrown thicket. An overgrown thicket. A woody, unmown area. A woody, unmown area. A woody, unmown area. Imagine yourself standing by a woody, unmown area. You can hear the sounds of the city in the distance and feel the heat of the day on your skin, maybe even in your breath. As you almost get lost in the smells and sounds of the city, you hear the breeze rustle in the plants and turn to walk towards the wooded area. At first, it's manageable. And you feel the rough surfaces with your hands as you sometimes use the trees to move deeper and deeper and deeper into what is now clearly a forested area, untouched. You heard the sound of an insect. And the crunch of the forest floor beneath you every now and then. Notice how different the earth feels beneath your feet in this part of the forest. It still supports you, but it responds to you in some kind of odd way. Not shocking or scary or strange, but almost like it's feeling you as well. The terrain becomes a little more rockier in the forest. You start to notice bigger, not quite boulders, but definitely not pebbles. And as you start to move over a set of rocks that caught your eye, you find yourself looking at a worn stone lion. Sit down beside the worn stone lion. Take a second to notice. Did you sit with your back to it? Did you sit facing it? Don't judge your answer. Just notice one side or the other and get comfortable. Listen to the sounds of the forest around you and the wind. And even if you try to hear the sounds of the city, they don't quite seem to make it here. The space seems and feels separated. Eventually, you get a little bored and start playing with the dust and the leaves, the dirt and debris that is built up around the base of the stone lion. You uncover carved letters. Some are unrecognizable, but one word clearly stands out. It's the word wait. W-A-I-T. Wait. It's okay if you're a little confused. Sit down and wait. Watch the clouds pass in the sky. Watch the wind play with the leaves. And as time passes in your mind's eye, and you forget exactly how long you've been waiting, you hear something unlock from beneath you. And the lion and the plinth it's on start to slide back as you hop off. And watch a stairwell become revealed. Remind yourself that you're safe, and this is your journey. You may even want to say those words in your head right now. And start to descend the stairs, revealed by the stone lion. Feel the temperature drop. You can feel it in the air as you descend, and the texture of the stone walls starts to increase in moisture. The stairs lead you to a long, dark hall. And far ahead, you can see torchlight and a figure. Keep walking forward. The closer you get, you'll see that the guardian is wearing a mask with horns. Notice how you feel about them and set those judgments aside. The guardian may have words for you, but all that's important is that you stand there in the presence of one another. You can take in details about them, but work to let go of any judgments that come along with those observations. For once you let them be them, the door behind them is no longer obstructed. You may even have something to share with the guardian. It doesn't need to make sense to you. Stepping through the door, there's a column in the middle, and a flat surface as part of the column with something on it. This is yours. Yours to bring back with you if you so choose. Pick it up and examine it. And remind yourself to come back and think about this once in your dreams, and once you've forgotten it. Imagining how helpful that could actually be for you in ways that you don't even know yet. And taking a moment to be okay with not knowing how it will work out and work for you. But a part of you knowing that this was a gift from deep within you. And so, of course, your highest good is built into it, even if that's not very clear how. Allow time to speed up as you go back through the halls and up the stairs, feeling the air begin to get less damp and more dry. As you walk out and into the stony clearing and hear the lion move back over to cover the stairwell again, and over the rocks and through the woods, back to the overgrown thicket where you can hear the sounds of the city again. And right there at the edge, at that in-between, where it's not quite one world and it's not quite another, pause and celebrate your efforts. Let that go. Let all that effort go, and just for a moment, allow your thoughts to come and allow your thoughts to go. Your job is not to stop any of the thoughts, not to judge any of the thoughts, not to change any of the thoughts. All you have to do is watch the thoughts come and go from deep in Chittakash, which means the mind space. And gently relaxing that effort, once again bring to mind your sankalpa, your short phrase of personal resolve. Say it to yourself now 3 times deep in the mind space. And let it go, willing to help it when you see it enter your life. Now, In this moment, if you like, universal life force is being made available to you. If you would like, take in as much as you need to complete your practice. Healing energy that goes exactly where it needs to go, so you don't even have to keep up with it or take notes on it. But if you want to tell it what to do, that's perfectly okay too. So take the next 3 breaths to draw in that universal life force being made available to you. 2 more breaths. And the last one to soak in, sip, and savor. And let it go as you follow your breath back into your body. Back into your body, all the way back into your physical body, right here and right now. Each breath helps you return life to the limbs, start to wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the facial muscles. Gently rock the head side to side and a nice swervy sway down the spine. Body's been relaxing deeply. Don't expect it to just jump up and do a cartwheel. Take care with it. Feel good. Feel well. Be happy.